5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
It is Tuesday night for us. Wednesday morning for you guys.
What does it mean, guys? Bible study day.
Bible study tonight, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. It is the only time to be interactive with us. Interactive with us. What?
That was weird. That was really weird, guys.
Yeah. So,
You guys have a weird pastor.
yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Which is my husband. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What slaps a demon and has 2 thumbs? This guy! Man.
Oh my God. We're so dumb. I'm serious.
Oh, man.
They're like thinking, what is wrong with them? You guys, it has been
Here we go with our story.
a pretty wild day today. It's been just wild.
It's been good.
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah.
We went to go see your dad for his birthday.
Early birthday.
For his early birthday. Your mom had a little birthday lunch for him, so we got to see him today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was nice.
And one of my sons showed up, so that's always a treat.
Mm-hmm.
And our niece.
Mm-hmm. Which we haven't seen in a while.
We haven't seen her in a while. It was fun talking with her. We never talked to her. We never get a chance to. And the family functions, she's always real quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's just joking around there with my dad and stuff.
Yeah, your dad's favorite. It's official. I have it recorded.
So, what else? No, we just finished folding and stamping and enveloping all the prison ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to drop those into the mailbox tomorrow, which is today for you guys. You know, so that's always a blessing, guys.
Yeah.
What else?
And I spent my whole morning in the ER.
Yep.
Yeah, guys. We don't know what's going on, but I woke up not feeling really well at all. As you guys know, I've been transitioning, with some medication and just been under the weather here and there and everything. And I woke up not feeling very well at all. And, David had to take me to the ER this morning. So.
And I can't go in.
No. So.
The good thing is, though, we're literally 1 block away from the hospital.
Yeah, the bad thing is that I don't like that hospital.
Hospital's whack, yo.
Yeah. I went in there and unfortunately, because I'm already seeing specialists and I already have neurologists and neurosurgeons and everything, I kind of feel like I get brushed off very easy. And they're just kind of like, we need you to see your doctors, we need you to see your specialist, because there's already so many people involved and everything. It's very hard, I just kind of feel like I'm always brushed off because of my case, and I'm always left undecided, and I don't like that,
Yeah.
So I was kind of sent home undecisive, undiagnosed.
So it's like, why did I waste those hours for?
Yeah, many hours of, being poked and everything. And then to be told that they feel that it's best that I need to be tested by my own doctor and that I need to be seen immediately by my doctors and my specialist. And, I'm left to go home feeling a certain kind of way. But you know what? It is what it is. So I go on Thursday.
And then while she was there, I did a lot of audio recording because I'm doing Jesus Comes to Jingletown, Dale's book. That's one of the books that we published, and it's not a Christmas story. I know because of Jingletown.
Yeah.
Actually, Jingletown is a certain section of Oakland where Brother Dale grew up during the 50s and 60s. And he ended up going to the Vietnam War, and it's a really good book, actually. He's funny.
That's the first book I've ever heard you laugh so much on doing.
Oh.
He's constantly laughing, guys.
I had to stop recording just to laugh, get the giggles out, and then keep recording, you know. It's a 399-page book.
Yeah.
And so you know what I've been doing? Like today, when my throat would start hurting, I would go eat a little bit of honey, just enough to coat my throat, and then felt better, and then I would just start recording again. But I think I'm on page like 250 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
okay, you're getting there.
It's getting there. I'm hoping to be at 300 by tomorrow morning. And I think that's pretty much all I can do because we were going to be busy after that. So
Yeah.
I wanted to finish it before this weekend, but I might have to wait, you know. But guys, I cannot believe how noise travels. Like if somebody has a weed whacker down the block, I have to stop recording till they're done because that sound will pick up on my microphone. If somebody's mowing their lawn, apparently a lot of people like mowing their lawn today. You know,
I could have probably yelled your name from the hospital and you probably could have heard me.
A plane going overhead, I got to stop record. A dog barking 5 houses down, it picks up.
Really?
Yes. I think this is the last audiobook I'll do here.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's
You know
way
what we
too
need
much.
to do? We need to build you just like, remember the old school telephone booths?
Oh,
We need to build you something like that so that way it's like a...
Unfortunately, that doesn't work because I'll suffocate and sweat to death. So that's the problem. And then if you have air condition, you hear the air condition. That's why studios cost so much because they're made for that, you know. But yeah,
Wow.
I think because I'm about to, as soon as I finish his book, I'm going to do the audiobook for Lost in the Storm. And I think I'm going to do that at the church.
Yeah.
Because even though I might get traffic, there's no residential. So I won't get dogs. I won't get, you know.
My office is the quietest too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been a little rough, you know, because I literally have to stop and lay there and wait for the person to stop cutting their grass. But anyways, you know, I did get a lot of recording in today, nevertheless, and so it was a busy day. And then you at the ER, and then my dad going to my parents, and seeing David, young David, little David, Bobo. I call him Bobo, you know, and my son, but anyways, coming home and then doing the prison ministry, and we're folding and stamping and all that. So anyways, now we're here, guys. Sharon still is not feeling 100%, but we did want to come on, and I already know if I choose a verse, it'll be a long devotional, and that's not fair to Sharon because I know you want to rest. But you know, like so many different things go through my mind today, you know, and one of them is, it's crazy how people will blame everyone else when they fall away instead of themselves. And I wonder if that's a natural inclination to do.
I think it is.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it is. You know why? Because it makes it so much easier for them to walk away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I think it's so much easier to walk away when the responsibility doesn't fall on them.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much easier for a person to just turn around and to leave things behind, to leave the responsibilities behind.
Because God forbid they blame themselves.
Absolutely. You know, you don't have to deal with the pain. You don't have to deal with the hurt. You don't have to deal with the rejection. You don't have to deal with the repercussions of things when you blame someone else. It's so much easier.
And it's like, you know, guys, I got arrested I got indicted because a friend of mine was a confidential informant, and he had a wire. And that's why I got busted, because I sold drugs to a friend of mine. We'd been friends for like 13 years. I knew his kids. He knew my kids. I knew his dad. He knew my parents. But here's the thing, right? Is that in prison, everybody, I don't want to say everybody because that's stereotyping, but the majority of people say, man, I'm here because of that snitch. I'm here because of that rat. I'm here. No, you're there because you broke the law. That's why you're there. Because if you had not been breaking the law, there would be nobody to snitch anything about, you know? And that's something I learned early on, you know, and I forgave the person that told on me, you know, especially after finding Christ, or him finding me, you know, because Christ is not lost. I was the one that was lost.
Yeah.
I had to come to terms with that. Because at first you just want to be angry at the person that ratted on you. You want to be angry. And I'm like, wait a second. I put myself in here. It's called being mature and taking responsibility for your own actions and your own decisions. Instead of passing the buck, blaming the next person, you know, and so I don't know. You know, it just, guys, you know, own up to your own stuff.
But I think even, you know, when I remember that I used to blame my father for a lot of the abuse that he caused me to go through, a lot of the sexual abuse that I went through with, you know, and I used to blame everything on him. And I used to tell him, it's because of you, because of what you stole from me as a little girl, that I have made all the poor choices. And I used to blame him. And there was one day I remember that I had been beaten really bad. And my dad had been visiting from another country at that time, and he had seen me, that I had been broken down and I had been beaten. And I remember that I was crying, and he found me crying. And I remember yelling at him and telling him, it's because of you. It's because of you that I'm not even worthy enough for a good man. It's because of you that I have made the choices that I've made. And I began to blame him, you know, and in a sense, you know, a person can turn around and say, yes, you know, maybe it was because of him, but yet then I truly couldn't blame him for the choices that I made.
Yeah.
You know, did he come and take from me at a time in my life,
Yeah.
and cause me shame and cause me hurt and cause me all this pain and do what he did in my life? Yes, he did do a lot of that. He did that to me, but he was not there at those moments and telling me, choose that person, make that choice, and do all of that, because I made those choices for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I chose to not believe in myself. I chose to not feel the worth of who I was. I chose to not love myself. I chose to not pick myself off the ground and, you know, and feel the shame and do all of that. I chose those moments in my life, you know?
Yeah.
So I could not, you know, I finally had to come to grips with myself and realize that, you know what, no, it's not his fault. And I think it's because of that when my father got sick and was in his dying deathbed, that I can literally, when he asked me for forgiveness, I can look at my father and say, you know what, Dad, I forgive you. I forgave you a long time ago. And you know what, and it's you. And he just wanted a second chance. And I'm like, you will get a second chance, but it won't be here. You know, it's because of that I can forgive him and love him the way that I loved him.
You had to come to term with it.
Yeah, I
know?
did.
You had to. And you know, what I was going to say something that was going along with that. Oh, okay. You know, you guys know that, I mean, not in the last recent months, but for the last few years, I've been into cycling. And you know, when you moved here, we would cycle, and it's been a little harder for you. But it's still something that we love to do, even though we haven't done it and we have a desire to. But anyways, beside the point. We would go and watch this race right here that would come. It's called the Amgen Tour. And it was the top cyclists of the world. And they would all happen to come here in Stockton, like 5 blocks away. Mm-hmm. And they stopped it before the pandemic. But anyways, they have so many cyclists that not everybody could start evenly. Like there's the line. Remember there was guys bunched up way back? Mm-hmm. Some people are like 30 bikes back.
Yeah.
And so one would say, well, that's not fair. Obviously, the guys in the front line have all the advantage, and I think a lot of times those people in the back could easily play the victim and say, I lost because I got put in the back. I lost because of this. I lost because of that. And it's called the victim mentality. Mm-hmm. I have a cousin, my cousin Maria. She works now for one of the biggest law firms in Modesto, California. Grew up in the projects. All the girls in that neighborhood, I don't even got to tell you how most of them ended up. And she chose to not be a statistic. She chose to work at KFC and rise above it and go to Sacramento State College and go for the bar, and came back and worked for a small firm that was the biggest law firm in Modesto. Every time they would come against her firm, she would rip them to shreds, and she was just a little Mexican girl from the projects. It got so bad that they could not know how to fight it. The biggest law firm in Modesto.
Yeah.
That they hired her. You know the old saying, you can't beat them, join them? Mm-hmm. They're like, can you please join our firm? Because you're kicking our butt. She chose and made the choices. Maybe she started way at the back of the line. Maybe she didn't have the advantages of people that maybe had more prestige, more money or whatever. My aunt worked at a cannery. Her mom worked at a vegetable cannery for her whole life until she passed. Right there in the projects. But she rose above it. So I have seen families where one brother will rise above it. The other one will go to prison and die a drug addict. Same parents, same principles, same home, same everything, but they both had their choices.
Different choices.
Yeah, so I guess I'm saying that to say this is that we need to stop blaming everyone else. Yeah. Because you know what? Not everybody's on the front line in life. Hey, that's a fact of life. So you just gotta suck it up and be like, man, I'm in this bicycle race and I'm the 30th person back. But here's what's crazy. How many times have we seen the person in the back is the one that wins the trophy?
Yeah. We've seen our guy, the guy that we really, really like a lot. He's always in the back. And guess what? He ends up being the front runner and the winner. And we see him move forward. But, I believe that truly when the person is towards the back, it gives you a reason why to push forward. It gives you a challenge. And I think that's so important because a lot of the times when you're in the front, a lot of the times we fall behind because there's nothing challenging us.
Yeah.
When you're in the front, there's nothing that's going to give you that resistance. There's nothing in front of us to challenge us. And when you're a little bit behind, there's always going to be something in front of us that's going to make you want to challenge you. And I think that's always important because if there's no obstacles, if there's nothing in front of us to challenge us, then what's the purpose, guys? Mm-hmm. It's almost like the devotional that we gave yesterday. What's the purpose of knowing everything? Knowing it all, there's nothing, you get nothing out of that because knowing it all, then there's going to be no challenge in life. It just life becomes boring because then you know it all. It's like learning daily and having such a willful, loving and learning heart it's it's awesome to just every day, just having the ability to just want to learn more, and just having that learning spirit is a beautiful thing to have, because there's just so much, guys. There's so much more to learn, and it just challenges you in life. So don't feel bad to be that number 30, or don't feel bad to be behind, because it pushes you forward.
Guys, I've been in back of the line my whole life. You got to understand, I grew up at a time in Tracy, California. It was very racist. I got called names. I was put down because of my brown skin. And I used to have a victim mentality. And I'm just like, no, you know what? I don't care what other people think of me. If they want to think of me that way, that's their problem. I know who I am, you know what I mean? And all my life, even getting out as an ex-con, I used to, for example, I used to go to the Grace International meetings very timid. Because in my mind, I'm an ex-con, nobody wants to hear me. What do I really have to say? And recently, I'm very vocal, guys. I'm very vocal because, okay, I might be the guy that was 30th in the back, but you know what? I'm pushing for that front line. I'm pushing because, it's either we're going to feel sorry for ourselves our whole life, or we're going to go for broke and go for what it is we want in our life.
Yeah.
And we can't blame everyone else. We just got to rise up, and we got to beat the odds, and you just got to go forward and not let nothing stop you. And that's the way it is. That is why, the Michael Jordans and all these people, that's why they rose to the top, because they were at the bottom at one point, and they're like, I got to make a choice here.
Yeah.
Am I going to sit here all my life and blame everybody else? Or am I going to rise up and do what I got to do? And you might have to work 2-3 times harder. There might be somebody else that, let's say math. You want to be a scientist, but math is hard for you. Well, then work 3 times harder than the person that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. I remember when I went to see my daughter and my son-in-law do the LA Marathon. When was it, last year?
No, a couple years.
2 years ago, guys.
Maybe 3.
No, it's been 2 years only.
Oh.
It's been 2 years.
I thought you were living over there. We're living here?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been 2 years. They went to do the LA Marathon. And yeah, because I had just started working over there.
Oh.
It hasn't been that long. And went to go see my daughter. And towards the end, guys, they did the whole marathon.
What is it, like 23 miles or something?
It's, I think 26, 25 point something. Yeah. Going on 26 miles. Towards the end, literally towards the end, she injured herself. And I'm sitting there ready to just cheer her on towards maybe the last 5 miles or so. And I don't see my daughter. And I'm like, where is she? And I don't see her. And I had already parked so I can see her on those last few miles. And so instead, I start running towards the opposite way. And guys, I'm not a runner, okay? But I start running towards the opposite way because, as a mother's intuition, I feel something's not right. So I start running that way. And then I see her and she's limping. And I see her holding her side and she's limping and she's practically crying, And I see my son-in-law, holding her and wanting to carry her, but she's not letting him carry her. And she's like, no, she goes, I'm not going to give up. Mom, she's like, Mom, I have to do this. I've come this far. And she's just broken and she's just wanting to cry. And I'm like, she has to do this. We got to do this. So there we are. Here comes Mom. And guys, we finished that race, even if it meant walking it for the rest of the time. I'll tell you that I came home feeling like I did the 20 something miles. Remember, I was dead after that. I was dead, guys, like seriously, like because I had been running from site to different places, running around, like, you know, parking cars, going, getting off and parking in here and running there. But I felt like I had ran that marathon with my daughter, and I went to that finish line with her, and it was a wonderful feeling because she did not give up, and she went all the way to the end. And she didn't, you know, she must have been, she wasn't the first one, but guess what? She finished. And that was the beautiful thing, that she did not give up. And a lot of the times we sometimes want to give up so quickly, but we can't, guys. We got to keep going.
Yep.
We got to keep going.
Yeah. What?
What? Something's on your mind.
No, I was thinking of a verse, but I don't have my Bible on me. So.
You want me to look it up?
No.
No.
I wouldn't know where to find it. So anyways, guys, we're going to keep it short. Hopefully you got something from this. Don't give up. And don't blame other people for the choices you make. Make the right choice.
Yeah.
And if you don't make the right choice, quit blaming everybody else. Because everybody has things they're weaker in. Everybody has things they're stronger in. And you can't say just because somebody else is stronger in that one thing, and just because you're weaker in that one thing, don't go blaming that person. Don't blame everybody else. Just work twice as hard.
And don't always assume that everybody knows what you're going through either.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, you know, people aren't mind readers, guys. People are not mind readers. You know, just the same way we need to reach out to others, and, you know, it's vice versa. It goes back and forth the same way, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Communication.
All right, guys. Have a good morning. God bless you. Hopefully you will join us in the Bible study tonight. It's at 7 o'clock. It'll be on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. If you don't know how to get to those channels, go to our website, www.houseofrestchurch.com.
You sound like Al when he says it.
Also, if you are not on our text list, guys, there's actually a list that if you sign up for it, you get an automatic reminder for Wednesday Bible study and an automatic reminder for Sunday service.
Yes.
All you got to do is text the word HORC to 209-400-9725.
And if you want to get one of your loved ones on the prison ministry, also go to houseofrestchurch.com.
Yeah, go to the website.
Go to the website and make sure that you just fill out their information or send us an email, and it'll actually say on there what you need to send. And just follow the instructions on there, guys, and just send us the information that we need so we can go ahead and get that transcription out to them, and we'll get it out to them. So make sure you get that done so we can get that transcription out by next week, because these ones are going out right now. So yeah. All right, guys. Bye.
Look at this corner. Take a picture real quick.
Hi, babe.
3, 2,
Can you just put the big words this time?
1. Okay. Guys, that's the screenshot you're going to see for the title. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.